Hello, in this video, let us understand various principles of working with groups. As we know, in recent years, the groups have emerged as a means for bringing desirable transformation at the community level. Group work is emerged and identified as a method of social work. It has developed its own principles by drawing inspiration from the values, ethics, and principles of social work practice and have developed a theoretical framework for social work practitioners and academicians. The principles of social work, group work, enable and guide the group workers to achieve their competence by guiding practice. It is always desirable from every social group worker and responsibility to practice it under the realm of theoretical foundation and its designed intervention. In this video, let us discuss about certain principles of group work as developed by H.B. Tracker and Douglas. The most important principle of group work is the principle of planned group formation. So in the field of social work, the group is always been the basic unit in which and through which services are provided. In this social group process, the group is used to help individuals or provide services for his or her better of social functioning and development. The agency and social group worker should be responsible for the formation of the group or should accept the agency if already formed. Hence, the worker should form the group primarily before initiating the social group work process. So, the first task is the planned group formation. The group, if there is a group, existing group, he should identify the group, or if groups are not existing, the first step, the first, most important principle is facilitating the formation of the groups by focusing on the desirable change required at the community level or setting the goal for the formation of the group. The principle of specific objectives. The community worker should help the members of a group to set the objectives in conformity with the objectives of social work. These specific objectives should assist the members of the group to grow and change for their own development and empowerment. The third principle is the principle of purposeful worker group relationship. There should be a purposeful relationship between the community worker and the group. So before helping group members to develop a meaningful relationship, the social group worker should develop a meaningful and purposeful relationship with the group. So before working with the group, before directing the group, before helping the group to set the goal and achieve the goal, it is a responsibility of the group worker or community worker to establish or to develop a meaningful and purposeful relationship with the group. The fourth principle is the principle of continuous individualization. See, individuals are not alike. Individual and individual differs. Similarly, the groups also differ from another group. So, social work recognizes every individual are unique in a similar way. It is recognized that every group is different and the individual uses group experiences in various ways to meet his or her needs. That's why continuous individualization must be practiced by the social group worker. The method adopted to approach or work with one group may not work for another group. So one has to evolve a separate mechanism to approach, to form, to develop, and to activate a group, because the groups are unique in their own way. So a group worker should understand that just like individuals, the groups also differ. They have their unique features. So one has to understand what are the unique features of a group. Based on that, he should evolve the mechanisms to work with the group. Fifth principle is the principle of guided group interaction. Social group work is a method through which individuals in a group in an agency setting are helped by trained professional group workers. So a trained community worker help the group help the group to work in a group, help the individuals to work in a group. So the worker helps and guides entire program activities and guides the interaction process through his or her active participation in the process. The worker makes use of the method to stimulate the group to the fullest possible analysis and understanding of their own situation. So, a community worker or a group worker will use all his skill to guide the members of a group to analyze and understand their situation so that they may be guided to set the goal in conformity with the goals of the organization or agency. Groups are unique in their own way. They may accept a path of transformation. The task of the community worker is to present alternative paths available, alternative goals, alternative ways, that's all. So the privilege, the right to choose the path should be left to the discretion of the group. Because in the social group work process, the group should help in making its own decisions and determine its own activities. This is called principle of self-determination. This is the core value of social work philosophy and have to be practiced irrespective of method of our working. So the prime source of control over the group is the group itself. So group should be given alternatives and group should be given a chance to, or group should be encouraged to choose its own path so that the program will become program of the group and not the community worker. So the principle of democratic group self-determination is very important. The principle of a flexible functional organization. Every group has some formal organization of its constituent members, and this process of organization helps an individual to function effectively. Generally, the groups are formed in such a way which is convenient for the group members, which is congenial for attainment of the group objectives. So when a group is formed for a specific objective, it should also form a formal organization to achieve those specific goals. There must be a leader, there must be a project worker, there must be the subordinates with certain roles and responsibilities. So, but this formal organization of the group should be very flexible and should be encouraged only as it meets a felt need for a group. As the group changes, the formal organization may also change. So there is no a given format of a formal organization for a group. A group may evolve and develop its own formal way of organization, which it feels fit for its members and also fit to attain the group objectives. The principle of progressive program experience. The meaning of the program here does not mean only activity and any event. It is a broader concept that includes entire picture of individuals and social group relationships, experience, interactions, etc. So in group experience, group engagement should begin at the level of the members' interests, needs, experiences, and competencies. That means the activity should begin from the need, the interest, experience and capabilities of the individuals, so that they may be able to actively participate in the group activities. If the need or interest of the members are focused in organizing a program, naturally that becomes the program of the group, the program of majority of the members of the group. So the principle of progressive program experience, the principle of resource utilization. The group work is being guided to utilize the available resources to enrich the content of group experience for individuals and groups as a whole. We know that many a time people at the community level or villagers, they may not aware of the resources they have. So the task of the community worker or the group worker is to help the people to explore their resources and utilize that resources for the group development or group performance, which will benefit each and every individual. So the social group worker should pass the knowledge about the availability of resources in the group, at the community, at the agency level for the different programs. People at the group level should be convinced that they have sufficient resources to carry out the program. Only thing is they should explore the resources what they have. If they are able to identify and locate the resources, they will utilize for the group activity. The 10th principle is principle of evaluation. In every activity, evaluation is very important. Evaluation by the members concerned is very essential, so that they can realize to what extent they have accomplished the target. If they have not accomplished the target, what was the limitation, so that they can rectify and improve the situation. So in a social group work, a continuous process of evaluation to assess the outcome of the group program is very much essential. So, for evaluation, the group should be encouraged to maintain records of its activities for proper monitoring and evaluation. So, in this video, we have understood various principles of working with groups. Thank you.